listening to Too Legit to Crit, a tabletop role-playing podcast hosted by two adventurers who know that the real reward are the friendships we made along the way.
You did not just do that.
Why do you think I fucking did that?
Oh, God, no. Well, okay, that depends. Like, NPCs are cool. Do they count?
NPCs are cool. Depends. I mean, depends. If it's the NPC that the party kind of adheres to, yeah, it's cool. If it's the ones that they forget and you have to kill off to prove a point.
I don't think our group has ever forgotten an NPC. Now watch, I've said that. They're going to forget one literally next week.
I've had a group where I created an NPC and he was meant to be like the leader of the town guard and this, that, and the other. And they fucking ridiculed him.
No.
They ridiculed him. And so I had him killed off.
Oh my God.
And I brought in his boss who had the desired effect.
I mean, do what you gotta do,
He was meant to be this really imposing sort of character and he fucking wasn't.
Nah, who needs it? I'm trying to think. My favorite NPC I've ever made is actually one right now in my game currently that Connell hates. Like, everyone loves this guy in town, but all my players are like, what's his story? Why is he shady? There's something up with him. I'm like, I don't know. Guess you're gonna have to find out. But
the NPCs that all my tables kind of adhere to are the ones that I use as an avatar for myself.
Oh.
So the ones where I strip away it and it's just literally my sarcasm and my personality, they're the ones that people absolutely love for some reason.
I was about to say, I don't think I have the courage to do that because the minute that I make a character that's based off of me and people are like, man, that person sucks, I'd be like, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I can give as good as I fucking get.
That's fantastic. One thing I did do, my old table, my second character ever playing D&D, I took her and I turned her into an NPC for like every one shot. But it was subtle. It wasn't like she was the same character. It was just same like race and same name. And people finally started picking up on it and they're like, oh, and so then it kind of became a where's Waldo? Like, where's Rook? Where's Rook? So it was fun. Which also became a problem though, because then they were focused more on that than the actual game, but you know.
Yeah, but then you create like a meta arc where Rook is like a watcher or something like that. And
she kind of actually became a god of death.
Oh, well, then.
Kind of. Like.
How do you kind of become a god of death? I feel like that's an absolute. I feel like you're either the god of death or you're not. Like, you're the god of badly injured.
Like, mortally wounded, just not dead yet. No. Everybody makes their super cringe character when they first start playing, right? The character that you're like, look back on and you're going, ooh, that was super special snowflake. Rook was that character for me. She is so cringe. But the reason she kind of is because, very, very long story short, she was a death cleric. It's not the one that's in the book. It's not the great. It's the one that's actually in like the villain book. I think it's death cleric. There's like grave cleric and death.
Right.
I think she was death. But she chosen by the god of death. God of death went away. Everyone's like, Rook, you have to take over. She's like, fuck no. And very long story short, a little halfling in the party actually ascended into godhood, but was having too much fun. And he's like, Rook, can you do all these miracles and stuff? I don't want to do them. So she actually ended up doing the work without the title of God, while the other person got the title. And yeah, so like.
Well, I mean, you said about the like your first character being like, you know, cringy. Yeah. Mine wasn't. Mine is still the greatest character I've ever created.
My first character is she was my second. That one was cringy.
No, my first character, it was the ultimate wish fulfillment for me. So it was basically, I take my like chaotic side and I take my sarcasm and I dialed it up to where there are no negligible consequences.
Oh man.
And it was glorious.
I don't know if I've ever done a wish fulfillment character. I should. Oh, she'd end up being such a bitch though.
I think most of mine, to a certain, in one way or another, are there is an element of it. It's like, ooh, if only.
If only. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I can't say too much. Halo has a bit of that for me.
Okay.
We implemented some stuff in your backstory that is just a little bit of me, like, in real life. Like, man, if I could just fucking, like, go off on someone. So,
I mean, there are parts of Liberator which are...
That's still super concerning, man. Like, I cannot wait till you air those episodes and people realize, like, oh, yeah, I'm part Liberator. And everyone thinks, like, oh, yeah, okay.
No, I mean...
No, like...
There are parts of that elements, not all of it, but elements of Liberator, which are to a certain degree wish fulfillment.
Yeah. So speaking of games, what did you do this weekend for game? Anything? Nothing?
Gaming wise, I didn't do anything this weekend. I did a lot of, I had the kids round, so, you know, I did the dadding, and that was amazing, as always. But when they went to bed, then I managed to get some show-related stuff done. But on Thursday, we played Fabula Ultima, Couch's game, and we reached the end of an arc, and it was fucking glorious.
I cannot tell you how excited I am to play this game, but how hilarious it is. Because Couch is going to, for the people watching, Couch is going to be running a game for me and Connell and Stefan for this Fabula Ultima. Because we were like, yeah, that sounds interesting. Is there anyone else going? Did I miss someone?
No, the three of you.
I just had a panic attack. Oh, God, did I forget
No,
so we're
just
talking
you
about
three.
character ideas, and I gave him, like, a list of what I normally play. And he's like, well, like, in JRPG, that would kind of translate to this. I'm like, okay, yeah, either one of those. And, like... We picked a character to base my character off of, but it was so basic, and it's so funny, because I told Connell, I was like, I don't want to ruin anything, so I'm being super vague, but I was like, okay, so, like, this anime character from this video game, and he's like, so you're gonna have big tits? I'm like no, like, that's not the point of this, focus, but maybe. It's kind of like, okay, well.
Yeah, so your character's just going to be, like, grounded to that. It's like, that's going to... It's gonna be reduced to a pair of tits.
Let's be honestly, like, a lot of anime games, like, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, that is kind of the trope, as it were. But Fabula Ultima, in terms of character creation, is pretty cool because your characters start at level 5, all right, and you pick 3 classes to combine.
Oh.
So that gives you like a level of modularity, which you can create pretty much anything you want. Like my character, Edgar, he started out as a pre-gen in like the intro scenario that comes with the book. So once that kind of continued and our story moved on from there, I kept him, and I've been leveling him up.
Cool.
But Edgar is, he's a gunslinger, sharpshooter with a gun. He is a tinkerer, which is basically your not alchemist, the other one.
Oh.
Artificer.
Yeah, okay.
And a spiritist. So I have made him kind of like an Iron Man-like paladin.
What the fuck? That sounds so cool.
Yeah. And a lot of him is based on the Boondock Saints. Because he's like a... Yeah. So, yeah, it is a really, really cool... especially the character creation is awesome.
I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of things I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, looking forward to that. It'll be good.
Yeah, that's definitely one of them. I've got another couple in the pipeline. Still waiting on session zeros or to kind of finalize the session zeros before I can announce what we're actually recording. But fuck me, I'm excited.
That's great.
Essentially, 2 systems I've always wanted to play,
shit.
never got a chance, with 2 different people who I've always wanted to share a table with. Never been done, never done. And also some of like the other people that along the way have joined the tables. It's gonna be fucking
That's
amazing.
awesome. I'm looking forward to it. That is the thing, is like, if you're excited about it, it leaks over. Like that, should probably find a better word than leak, but like, you know, it's like it's a good thing. I don't know how many times I've told like my GMs and my players that like if you're not excited about it, I don't want to do it. Like
Yeah.
I just don't. But
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, it's the excitement of playing. It always has been.
yeah.
You know, I don't like to play if I'm not into it.
Yeah. My current character for not Scott's game, but Connell's game is a hard one for me because I'm excited to play her and I'm excited about the storyline. Playing her is so hard though because I'm a construct, right? So my reactions and my emotions and my like way of thinking is very limited. I'm a bodyguard, so like I am strapped to one person all the time, which is actually fine. Like that I'm not complaining, but like these are all things that I normally am like the polar opposite of in a game. Like I'm the independent, let's go get him, and I'm like I have to wait to see what the princess is doing before I can move, and I'm like it's so fun though. It's so and I get excited to play her. And it was so funny cuz last night we were all excited. We were all pumped. This was such a good game. And but it didn't come across that way. Like I was exhausted. And I was very limited in what I could do. And one of the other players was like focused but at the same time really tight. So like there was concern like, "Oh, nobody's excited about the game." Like, "No, we were excited." So like when you show your excitement, it leaks over. It's good. Be excited, y'all. It's a game. Have fun playing your game.
Yeah, that's it. Ultimately, it is a game. I mean, I've had how many now? 2 recordings of the crit list go to shit.
Oh no.
But I don't care because I had so much fucking fun. So there's one of them. It was when I ran Fallout for Justin, Chris, and Couch. Had a ton of fun with that, and the other one was Craig's Shadowlight and Persona game.
Oh yeah.
Again. I mean that footage
I was so
was
upset 'cause I wanted to see that. I wanted to
unsalvageable.
see that so bad.
It was fun. It was.
I wanted to
fun.
play in it, but scheduling for me is so flippant, especially with moving right now. Once I've moved, it'll be one thing. But
well, we will be doing another one because the system is a ton of fun.
good. Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be the thing to organize. But first, it's going to be you guys on Fabula playing on Sunday.
Is that the Sunday?
Yeah.
Did I know this? Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Hold up. I did know this. It is in my calendar.
Sunday the
We're
9th.
good.
Sunday the 9th.
It's in my calendar. It's good. I am so frazzled from moving that like my weekends are blending and I'm like, wait, okay, so I have all this week off of work. So I have all these like game things that I'm building a game. I am designing a game. I'm going to be running household. I'm doing game art for like 5 different games I'm in. And not like I love doing the art. It's just with everything else going on in life, I feel like I lost something. I tried to do some artwork the other day and I like drew a straight line 5 times. Like, what is wrong with me?
I mean, to be fair, I kind of had that last week as well. Last week, my motivation went like just got buried. It was one thing after another. It was, you know, stuff like show related, outside of show related sort of thing. And it just got to the point where I was like, I need to kind of refocus. I need to take a step back and, you know, at least be a bit more candid about the shit I was going through. Which, you know, support from yourself, from Beastie, from all these other people, Connell, I mean, I can't even begin to mention them all, but people just coming out of the woodwork kind of going, all right, man, you're going to be good.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, it you know, big shout out to everyone and a big thank you to everyone for kind of showing me that support. But I needed that step back. And to be able to just kind of refocus and go, right.
It's so important to have a good support
start
system.
again.
Like, because, you know, there are times you step back from things and it just disappears. And it's kind of like you never get back to it. I don't even know, like, I don't know how to say it. But, like, there's just a difference when you can step back and you know you got support and then you come back into it and you feel like refreshed and rejuvenated versus when you step back and you're on your own and then you come back and like, why am I doing this? Why am I beating my head against Connell? I'm not beating my head against Connell. He said hi.
Hey, just say a quick hello.
But no, it's you need that support group, and it doesn't need to be like a million people either. Like it just needs to be people you can rely on. So yeah.
Yeah, and you know that I got a good outpouring of support, and it was. I mean, for me to be kind of that candid anyway was a bit of a struggle. I've never normally am, but you know
You had a
that's
lot going on though. Like yeah, you had a lot going on. So being able to focus on that, it makes a world of difference.
yeah, yeah, and you know it's at the end of the day, this for me, this whole endeavor is fun.
Yeah.
This is why I do it. I don't do it for any other reason other than I enjoy doing it.
Exactly.
And the moment that stops, then I'll stop. I'm
Right.
not, I'm under no illusion of that. But it's still a lot of
Yeah.
work.
Well, sometimes
know.
those things that like brings us joy is hard work, like I keep talking about all these things I have to do, and it sounds like, oh, I have all these things I have to do. I have to reset my game. I have to do all this art. I have to. I love doing it. I want to do it. I just need to move. I need to move and get settled, and then everything will be fine. But it is what it is, and that's the thing is, if you're still finding joy out of it, that's what matters. So
Yeah, that's it. It's that I think that's the important thing. It's being able to find the joy, and once that balance is kind of restored, you can carry on. But it is important to take a step back from time to time.
It really is. Really, really is. Absolutely. Like people think stepping back is like, oh, I'm failing. No, you are actually probably doing better than most people. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I was gonna go somewhere. My brain was like, oh yeah, and then it just had something to do with game.
Yeah, so Connell just reminded me that this was unlisted. I've made the stream public now, so
We're good at this.
we're good. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Thank you, Connell.
But
Thank you.
But to be honest, thanks to fucking Riverside, that's taking care of the technological side of things.
Listen, I'm in awe of what you do. I used to do videos of gaming and videos of art streams, which I actually want to get back into again after I move. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but like all of the stuff that goes behind streaming and edit, dude, you've got it. Like you're fine. You're doing great. You're doing wonderful.
I mean, to be honest, a lot of times it's I'm either preparing games. I mean, a lot of people will come up to me and kind of go, "Oh, have you seen this show?" And it's like, no. I don't have time to watch TV. My way of relaxing is sitting down in bed with my laptop and starting, okay, I need to edit this and I need to work on a new track for an upcoming show or some artwork.
Yep. I am
that's the way I relax.
I have to be creative. So as long as I'm being creative of some sort, I can relax. I took on this absurd task. I'm making this Afghan right now. I don't know why in the midst of me moving, I decided it was great to make a giant ass Afghan. But, Lord, the chat just blew up.
Yeah, big shout out to, obviously, Connell, who's been with us, and also Inadequate Dungeon, who's just joined us.
Yes!
Inadequate Dungeon is now on our team.
Yes, he is on our team.
I believe.
Yes.
He is on our team. They are no longer nemesis.
He has seen the light. He is on our team. And he's very right. You have, I just saw that. Remember, you do it for yourself.
100%.
And that's the thing is when creating Halo in Mutants and Masterminds, and this does really, I promise it comes full circle. I was thinking of all these cool characters I could make that'd be entertaining to watch, or these cool characters that everyone would love to play against and everything. And I'm like, what I ended up doing was I played a character that I've always wanted to play, or built a character. I was like, I've always wanted this. And I also really wanted, this is going to sound super cheesy, okay? I remember growing up, the X-Men made me feel like I was normal. Like the cartoon, It was those things where I was like, oh, people that are different are okay and they're normal. So getting to create a character for myself that's like, hey, being different is okay and normal. It was kind of like a nod back of like, hey, do this for yourself. Do this for yourself or people like you that will get something out of it, same way you did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Liberator for me, it was.
No, whatever you're about to say, no. That's gonna be a
No,
trigger
I
word
mean
from
this.
now on. Someone's gonna be like, "We need to
I mean,
liberate." Ah.
I think that is kind of why I did step away from the Pathfinder thing, because I wasn't doing it for me anymore.
Mm.
I was doing it because it was a responsibility. I was doing it because, I had these players that I needed to organize games for. And it just got to a point of where I wasn't enjoying the system. I want to play what I want to play. I want to enjoy doing what I do. And, doing this, I enjoy. Whereas doing other things, not
I
so
have a
much.
question for you then.
Yes.
When did you first play a tabletop role playing game and you realized, oh, I love this? Like, what did it happen? Like, smack the first episode or session, or was it
Oh,
what made you realize this is something you wanted to do for you?
I don't know. It was weird. I don't think I had that eureka moment, as it were. We started playing with Scott years ago now. And even then, like the early days, I can remember it feeling a bit like a chore because I'd made a commitment. It was like, yeah, I've got to do this, got to do that. But bit by bit, that kind of fell away. And I realized that between sessions, I was thinking about my character. I was thinking about leveling up. I was thinking about which direction I wanted to go in. And there were all these things. And I was picking up the book a lot more frequently. And I was flipping through it and just kind of, and I had to, and like I said, I don't think there was a eureka moment, but looking back now, it's like, fuck yeah, I was addicted.
Yeah, I never understood because me and my girlfriend started playing at the same time. After like years of bothering her, was like, please hook us up with someone who knows how to play D&D. So she finally did. But same thing. Like, I didn't have a eureka moment. I just played and played and played. But what I found interesting is that she became disinterested, not because she loved the game and she loved the concept of it, but the amount of work made her feel like she's like, I can't do this. Like, this is too much effort, too much stress. And she bowed out. But I was like, no, I could do this for days. Like, it was yes, there was work, but it was worth it for me. It was like, okay, like,
we had like friends in common between Justin, Couch, Chris, and I, who would stop hanging out with us because every time we were together, the conversation could start out on anything. And invariably, it had come back to role playing.
I try so hard to not do that, but all of my like everyday friends that I literally talk to every day, they're either my girls here in Indiana that have nothing to do with role playing, so we just kind of talk about work and life and like girl stuff. But then all my friends in New York, like we have the same hobbies, which is kind of nice because like, oh, I don't have to worry about like boring you or weirding you out. Although, like, I'm not saying I always bore the girls. Sometimes they get really into it, which is really cute. They have no clue what's going on. They're like, and then what happened? But it's good stuff.
So just a quick read of the chat. Connell has written when we're talking about doing to like playing for yourself and this, that, and the other. It says that's how I feel being a GM gets a lot of the time. You can eventually realize you're not having creative fun or whatever, and you're only running this for the players. And I get that. I have felt that on quite a few occasions.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with that because that's a can of worms, Connell. Like, I have a party, I have a table that responds very strongly to one type of game and very negatively to another type of game. So, like, I want to cater to them and play a game that they enjoy, and I want to tell a story that they like. But at the same time, like, I don't want to back myself into a corner where I only play one kind of system. Thankfully, they're really good where, like, they understand that balance of, like, we are all playing together. Like, we can all communicate and be adults and share our feelings in a healthy way. But like, there have been some times where Connell would get burnt out and he's like, I'm just not feeling the system. And we're like, then switch it. Like just switch the system. Like, it's fine. And vice versa. Like, I was writing the storyline for my campaign I'm running right now, which the story is written, right?
Yeah.
And I got to a point where I was like, do I really want to run this? Like, does anybody actually even really care? Like, am I doing this for me? Am I doing this because I feel like I have to because there's like that third DM spot in the party? And I'm like, and I just had to step back, like you said, step back, reevaluate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I switched from D&D to Level Up, and everything's been great ever since.
Because it is a better system.
It's a far better system.
No, just get rid of 5e, people.
No. I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Just
don't buy it.
I would. Get rid of 5e. Just
no.
bin it. Tales of the Valiant, Level Up, anything. Just don't give wizards any more money.
I agree with. Don't give them any more money. But if you already have it, don't throw it away. You already spent the money. Oh.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, burnout is very.
I'm outnumbered.
I've started some.
I'm outnumbered. Inadequate. It's like, down with it.
Let's burn down the patriarchy.
Oh, man.
I said, let's march on Wizards of the Coast.
No. I mean, that'd be funny.
That'd be fucking hilarious.
Why do I feel like, okay, if our friend group was actually an adventuring party,
Bad.
Like, we should just play a one-shot where we are playing ourselves.
Yeah, 100% I'm a bard.
Yeah.
I am, yeah. Either that, like I say, if saying bard, I've kind of limit it to the fantasy tropes, but that sort of character, I would always kind of lean towards being the face of the party.
I don't know what I'd be. Kind of depends what mood I'm in, and if I've been fed, and if I have caffeine. Like
barbarian.
That's fucking fair. I'm too nice though. I'm too nice. I don't rage. I am all about kindness. Like that is my go-to. Soft strength and kindness. Well,
I have seen you roll up your sleeves to answer a question. I just
John, don't out me like that. Jeez. Yeah, no, you're probably right. I'd probably straight up be a barbarian.
Okay, so yeah, I think you're barbarian. All right, let's. What about now? Justin will always try and pull for rogue because that's one of his favorite classes. But I'm not going to give him that because fuck him, he should have been here.
Exactly. Like I love Justin, but like you have to pay attention to be a rogue. Like it's not just about not being there. You got to be sneaky and you got to pay attention. I don't know.
Although the argument for Justin being a rogue is, where is he?
Okay.
There is an argument there. I will give him that. There's an argument. Although I'm still reluctant to give him rogue because fuck him. I know. Justin is a Tales of the Valiant monk.
He's going to come back and murder you. I hope you realize.
With technique points and everything.
Which are different.
Of course, it's a different class. Anyway.
Oh, man. Yep. So we have a monk, a bard, a barbarian-ish.
All right, so who we got? We've got, who can we contact? Obviously, Connell and Beastie.
I feel like Connell would be a bard too, to be honest. But like a bard of like lore, like knowledge, like, yeah.
Maybe a wizard then.
Oh, shit.
Wizards are knowledgeable.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Connell, are you happy with a wizard?
He just asked
We'll
what
see
he
what he
said,
says in
Alistair,
chat.
what class am I? I'm going to say wizard. Yeah, I was going to go. Oh, don't ask me.
Because the knowledge thing is definitely wizard.
Yeah, I'd say wizard.
All right. So what about Beastie? Druid.
Yeah.
That's a good fucking shout.
Yeah, he's like. I don't know. I just see him, but I see him being that druid that like knows no stranger. Not like the nomadic druid where it like, eats mushrooms and doesn't know how to socialize. But like I do like druid, but in like a Ron Swanson kind of way. Okay. Where like nature, like he knows shit about nature, but it's he's like leaning towards the natural side of things, but you don't fuck with him. Or a non-deific cleric. You know what I'm saying? Like a healer of the people type situation.
Ooh, yeah.
Like I don't know, like traditionally what that would be, but I can see him like being someone who like gains his magic from taking care of people. Like
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That definitely works. So I think we have an adventuring
Pretty good
party.
party.
Now we got to figure out what system we're playing and who's going to run the fucking
Oof.
thing.
We'll have to think about that.
I will allow Tales of the Valiant.
Oh, Connell's saying Beastie's Paladin. I don't know. You think?
Yeah, I think Connell's
I can
onto
see him
something.
smiting some people. That's fair.
I can see Beastie being like the protector.
Yeah, I can. Oh, especially with this thing for shields. Yep. Connell, you're on point. That's.
Yeah, Connell, you got that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so inadequate dungeon. What would inadequate dungeon be?
Ooh. Sorcerer?
Sorcerer
I just
works.
get sorcerer vibes. I could be wrong, but I get sorcerer vibes. Like.
Or maybe inadequate dungeon could be the druid.
Oh, there we go. I don't know if he's still paying attention, but yeah. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. So we got a decent
We got this. We got this. And you know, just for kicks and giggles. Just for kicks and giggles. I rolled higher than you. Just hands down.
Oh.
No, not
okay,
for
right.
that.
So
Not
we
for
were
that.
meant to
I'm
be-
just saying for like barbarian raging. Like I will out barbarian your bard.
You will out barbarian my bard. What did you roll?
I have 17.
Yeah, you beat you beat me.
Couch showed up.
You beat me.
Hey. Yes, Couch. We had some issues. It wasn't listed as public, so thank you.
So yeah, that I don't know. I don't know whose fault that was.
It was Skynet.
Yeah, fuck Skynet.
Dude, there's a reason.
Fuck AI.
Don't get me started. Oh my god.
So here comes the rage, motherfuckers.
You guys are right. Yeah, that might be accurate. It's like,
Hey, Connell. No, Connell is saying inadequate is a bard. No, I'm the bard.
we could have dueling
Already called
bards. Dueling bards.
Nah, I mean, inadequate dungeon has actually put a good argument for druid in the chat.
I just saw that. Okay.
It's green.
It's green. It is.
I'm
It
gonna
is.
say.
Okay. What is couch?
Couch would be cleric.
Yeah?
Couch is cleric. Couch would not forgive me unless I said cleric.
Oh, okay.
He likes his clerics.
Got it. All right. All right, so we got a full party lined up. This is good.
We got more than a
Yeah.
party. You know, we've got
We got a small army.
we got Justin the monk. Tales of the valiant monk, of course. I'm the bard. You're the barbarian. Connell's the wizard. Inadequate's the druid. Couch is the cleric. Am I forgetting someone?
I don't think so.
No, I think I got
everybody.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Once I moved, I might have to draw that.
Yeah, definitely.
entertaining
And I think we should definitely do a game out of it.
Okay. Inadequate, you good for
you
gaming
laugh.
with us? Let's see if Inadequate's game for gaming.
Inadequate. Yeah, well, we'll find a time. We'll make it work somehow.
We'll kidnap him, get some duct tape. It'll be great.
We just need a GM and a system.
Justin has not GM'd yet. Does he GM?
Justin, yeah, he does GM, but he was going to insist on 5e, and that's not happening. I staunchly refuse.
So about that duct tape.
Like, nope, never going to happen.
We'll figure something out. I don't know. Oh,
We will.
level up.
Level up. Or again, I got the books. Tales of the Valiant.
See, there you go. I keep forgetting about it simply because I don't have it. I know that's dumb, but like it's one of those out of sight, out of mind things where I'm like, oh, right, that thing. He says,
No, but
yes, we
Yeah.
got him.
we got him. Okay, and we know enough. We know enough GMs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell, we could. I got an idea. We'll call
What's that?
We'll call in a GM, a dear friend of ours that is busy as fuck, but I'm pretty sure with some bribing and some time, he could get off his train tracks and come run a game.
I'm in. I'm into it.
Yeah.
I get to play a bard again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you haven't lived until you see me play a bard.
He's.
I'm a massive dick.
You already are. You already are. You framed me, you asshole. Like, you're all like laughing and cute, like, haha, I did that. No, like,
No.
I'm very curious how
hey.
the hell Connell's going to resolve that, because Halo is going to try and murder you the minute I see you. Like,
Will you? Will you really?
yes.
Yeah, all I have to do is make just scream something.
I will fucking end you. It's fine. Everything's fine. Breathing exercises. Drink my water.
So yeah, barbarian, huh?
I hate how accurate that is.
All right. So I think it's perfect.
I think it fits. It fits. I don't want to be a barbarian. But it fits. It really does.
You should control your rage issues.
Listen,
then.
I control them. Okay, nobody's dead yet. Like, they're very controlled. Very controlled. I actually have funny you should say that. The Pathfinder game that we played for just a little bit and then ended because Pathfinder was just not for us. I was a Leshy. I was a Gord Leshy who was created with giant runes. So she was actually like human size. So not like Leshy. She was like full size, right? And she was dressed in Victorian because it was very like alchemy punk, steampunk vibes. She was a full-time nanny, right? She had a parasol, big Victorian dress, the hat, the whole thing. She was barbarian. And she would have these fits where she's like, Lord, I'm feeling the vapors coming on. And she would beat the living daylights out of people with her parasol.
I love that. I love
Favorite
that.
barbarian design ever, hands down. And I'm so bummed that Pathfinder didn't work out because her as a character was fantastic. But Connell was really good at. He's like, okay, we're gonna try this new game, but he kept like the theme of our like characters and what we like to play. So completely different story, completely different characters. But instead of a barbarian Gord Leshy protector, I'm now a construct. I can't say too much because I have secrets and I don't know if my other players are playing this game. Bodyguard. So.
Okay. Connell in the chat has just put, hey Atlas, how do you feel about people who get pets and don't really have time for them? Is this a barbarian rage moment?
Is. I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer. We have a situation in our life right now. You just had to listen to me absolutely go on about this last night at game because someone dear to me is getting a dog. And they shouldn't. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. I am not the dog police. I'm not saying people shouldn't have pets. It is just...
Okay, look, that wasn't me. That was Connell. I didn't do shit. Don't be angry at me.
I run game. I'm gonna rock while everyone dies. I'm gonna. He better be nice to me. I am his GM. Point proven my ass. Anyways. Yeah, no, game this weekend for me was awesome. We discovered we live on this planet that is kingdom. It is like sci-fi fantasy, okay? And for several reasons, our party has been forced to go investigate these things to discover truth so that bombs don't go off. We found a ship predating the colonization of this planet, basically. But it's a ship from the people that are here. So there's this red flag of like, wait a minute, like, hold up. So people were here before we were here, or we fudged history records, or what secrets are being kept. And I am a construct, like I said, but I am like very rare. I'm old. I'm very antiquated. So like there aren't many of me around, if any. And we just saw basically like a playback recording of the crew of that ship, like falling over, passing out, and poof, disappearing. And they're using this language they can't hear. I'm not sure if it's a language we don't understand so much as it's maybe like played backwards and reverse, like recording wise, because it sounded really weird. And which, by the way, bravo O'Connell for being able to play that out. But my name, like my model name, was mentioned in the recording, and then he ended session, and all of us are like, "What? Time out? What?" Because I don't have memory before I was activated, so I'm like, "Oh no." Did I accidentally bring?
That's gonna be interesting. I definitely want to. Yeah, I want to learn more about
good.
that.
It's really good.
I've started again. I've just added to the list of campaigns that I'm trying to get started and get off the ground. Obviously, I've got the creating the Nerdverse. I'm working on. I'm working on the sort of cyberpunk game, but I want to do something with sci-fi. So I'm thinking like Gods of the Fall.
You've mentioned that. I'm super interested in that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm kind of toying around with, as well as the pre-campaign of Delta Green, which is then going to go into Impossible Landscapes.
You got a lot going on.
Yeah, game-wise, again, it's because this consumes my free time.
That's a good thing. Like once I am moved, I will have my art studio set up. I can flip from my art studio to my gaming, like all these things. And I'm just like, man, I want to run a household game so bad. Like I'm actually writing that right now. Like, so I'm getting it ready, even though I'm nowhere near being ready to run it. I'm doing the food truck game without a doubt.
Oh god, that's a good
like
one.
it looks so good. I already have some players that are like, "Can I play that, please? I heard you talking about it." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, okay." But it'll be good. It'll be real good.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to hearing more about it. But speaking of like games that we like and enjoy, just going to kind of jump into talking about our partners very briefly here. So first of all, I want to give a big shout out to 13th Moon Games. It's a family-run indie game company out of Wyoming, USA, that created the tabletop role-playing game Covenant Crucible. It's a game of modern-day witchcraft. If you can imagine the John Wick movie and the last Witch Hunter movie they got together and had a very pretty baby, this would be it. If you want to know more, check them out on Patreon at 13th Moon Games. Check them out on most of the social medias. We love Covenant Crucible. You guys still got to play it, and hopefully Stefan will.
He's so busy right
finish
now.
his touring of the con.
It's convention season, so
which is fair play, man.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Like he's got his own company he's supporting. Go get it.
Yeah,
like, make that bacon.
Yeah, it is a great system and so much fun. Also want to give a big shout out to Deals of Opportunity. It is an automatic, simple and free way to save on tabletop role-playing games that you want. You just add your Drive-Thru RPG and Dungeon Masters Guild wish list and get notified anytime a title on your list goes on sale. Just set it up and save. It came up the other day going, oh, this is in discount.
I literally, so like one of the things I'm going to end up talking about today, if we get to it, because like, we love to talk about gaming, is on Drive-Thru RPG, and I'm like, dang it, like stop. Like I just, I'm trying to save money. I'm moving. Things keep coming up for sale, and I'm like,
oh god, yeah. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what game it was that came up. It's like, oh yeah, this is now on thingy. I don't know whether it was an an SRD or something like that was. Honestly, I can't fucking remember for the life of me. But I just remember seeing it and kind of going, I need to wait till payday. Until we need to wait until my pension.
One more week. Wait one more week. Yeah. I don't work this week. So all I'm doing is focusing on self-care and gaming and art. Yeah.
Yeah, you do that. I mean, good for you. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention our own wares for sale.
Yes.
Our own merch store.
I just bought a new shirt that won't be a dress.
Atlas has just bought a new shirt, and you can find t-shirts. We've got hoodies, we've got caps, we've got desk mats. I'm still thinking of other shit we can throw on there, and I'm also thinking of new concepts or new ideas. So if anybody
fanny packs,
find something funny that we were saying in the show and want it to be made into a shirt, I'm sure I can make that work.
What? No. Yeah, no, I love that idea.
Maybe a shirt that says monks use technique.
Yes, or it's different but the same.
It's different but the same but different.
It's different but the same but different. Like our show.
So yeah, check out our merch store and check out our merch store and, help support us in that way if you are so inclined. All right, so every week we do kind of take a look at some of the things around the sphere that interests us.
No.
And every week we roll for initiative.
No.
You beat me
I
once
feel
today.
like that
Can
should
you make
count.
it 2
that
for
needs
2?
to count. Let's just not, we don't have to roll again. It's fine. It's totally fine.
I think we do. I think we have to roll again.
I am using, finally, since I am back at my my home turf, using my Cryptic Crits dice, my Barbara Yaga. Go check them out. We're not sponsored by them. I don't care. I'm in love with their dice. Go buy their dice.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Go.
I've already rolled. I rolled a 17. But I'm just going to hold my phylactery dice up. They're so pretty.
Yeah, well, I got 7. So.
Holy shit, that's
We did!
Our rolls were reversed. Yeah, I got a 7 last time.
Some Cthulhuism going on.
Yeah, I love a bit of Cthulhuism. Big Yog-Sothothery.
I don't know if you can hear that or not, or if the...
That's a prime ASMR.
Right? Oh, we
right
should
there.
do like we should do a gamer ASMR.
Just kind of like, I'm going to roll the dice now.
Clickety, clackety. Oh, speaking of sounds, before we jump into games, we all almost murdered Connell last night. I need you to know that. You need to tell him how much you love him because he might die soon. Like, he had this character.
Connor, what did you do?
He's great. You've been with his games. He's good at sound effects and voices and really pulling you in and making you feel immersed. So there's this character who's been biologically engineered, I guess is the best way of putting it, or altered, to be able to swim underwater and breathe underwater. So he has to wear a collar so he can breathe in the air. But every time he talked, he had to do this gasping noise. And we're all just sitting here going, stop it. Like, we were...
That was brilliant.
It was awful. It was just hearing him gasp made us anxious. We're like, get him a freaking water bottle. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fantastic. That is amazing. All right. So I guess I am starting.
Yeah.
Okay. So, right. You mentioned it last week. Okay. Songs and Sagas. The new system that's coming out from RPD Shares. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Probably not. I butcher it every time.
Well, I tell you what. Next week when he comes on the show, we'll be able to correct us.
Except he will always be Stoneburner guy to me. Always.
All right. So yeah, next week we are getting Stoneburner guy. Renee, I do believe his name is. He's going to be joining us on the show, and he's going to be talking to us about Songs and Sagas, Breathless, Stoneburner. You know, such great fucking games, and I can't wait. But this is about Songs and Sagas, but it isn't about necessarily him. There is a company that we've discussed on previously on the show, called Print and Play Games. All right. Print and Play Games are part of a collective called Galactic Omnivore, which, fucking yes, like a bit of Galactic Omnivore. I'm just going to share Print and Play's thing. All right, so... Okay, so Print and Play, they make like small, fast and fun tabletop RPGs. We covered them because we...
like them.
Where is it?
You covered them because you like them.
We like them, but we covered a system called Dumb Squad that they did. Which is... It's not even featured on there. But yeah, we covered them because they did Dumb Squad, which was very simple, like leaflet style game, very straightforward, seemed like a ton of fucking fun. You know, it was about a group of people who are completely fucking inept trying to solve a problem, and you had 10 minutes to do it. The game time is 10 minutes.
Sounds about right.
And it really great. And we actually got talking to the creator, Andrea. But now, back to the point at hand. They have taken it upon themselves to use the Songs and Sagas SRD to make a virtual tabletop for Songs and Sagas.
That's so cool. That's so cool. Like, I will never be that cool.
That is... I mean, that must be like, if you're like, I don't know, I'm far from being a game designer, but for you to create a game and then for someone else to come along and kind of go, hey, do you know that thing you
Yeah.
did? This is what I've done. This is to complement the game. It must be a fucking, like a huge
Gotta be riding
compliment.
a high off of that. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so excited. That's so cool. That's so cool.
So yeah, we can't wait to test it out. We can't wait to test out Songs and Sagas. We can't wait to test
Yeah.
out this
Yeah.
VTT from Print and Play Games. Big shout out to Print and Play. They're good friends of ours, and they do fantastic work.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. That looks so cool. Like I am so proud of that. Like I'll probably touch base on this next week. But like when I first got onto Threads, there were two things that I was immediately like, oh hey, I like that. Two Legit Crit. Here I am. And Stoneburner. Like that I saw Stoneburner. That was the first like tabletop role playing game that I saw on Threads, and I was obsessed. And Sweet Connell, he was like, hey, happy no reason I bought it for you. But so like I love it. I love it. I read it just for fun. So
Well, I mean, for you it was Stoneburner. For me, it was Breathless.
really? Okay.
Yeah, because like I thought because Breathless is the zombie
Which I
survival
still
game,
need to play. Like
and it lend the whole thing where each time you roll the dice, it reduces. And then you stop and a complication happens. It just fits the zombie survival genre so fucking well. It was like, no, that was. I fell in love. I fell in love with the concept. But yeah, so hopefully we'll hear more about that as we get kind of closer to the time.
Yeah. I'm here for it. Sounds amazing. Let's do it.
All right.
Very rarely do I say
Your
no.
turn.
Okay, so I want to talk about Myrrorside. And the game, yes. But I want to talk about more than just the game. Now, granted, I'm not going to talk about horror every time I come on here. You guys know I love horror. I promise it's not every time. But there's a reason why I'm so invested in this game in itself. People have actually said that even if they don't like horror, they love this game system. And here's where my fascination ties in. Y'all have heard me fangirl about how much I love Fading Suns. Okay, the space opera.
Yeah.
The gentleman, Angus, makes a whole bunch of stuff. Like he's worked on extra, the word just left me, but the extra stuff, like not supplements. Is it supplements? That's the vitamin, right?
Yeah, supplements works.
Like
yeah.
if you go look at his stuff he's published on Drive Through RPG, you'll see all these Fading Suns things. And I love Fading Suns. So when this popped up and I was like, oh, like he did horror? What? Time out. I checked it out. It looks not only creepy as hell, like I'm genuinely flipping through it and I was like, oh, I want to play this, but I don't know if I want to play this. I'm pretty sure it's his own system too. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it's his own system. So for people to be complimenting it left, right, and sideways and leaving reviews of like, hey, I don't like horror, but this system is worth talking about. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to read it. It looks good. I know horror isn't really highlighted a lot in the community, but my thing is I like to blend. It's not, people are frowned upon it sometimes, but this looks so good. Like it looks complex. It's not just like, oh, there's someone chasing me or whatever. There's an other side. So it's not only just like it just sounds so good. You're basically trying to escape things from the other side, the mirror side and everything. It looks good. And it has extra mechanics for collateral, which I love extra mechanics. We talked about this. Like, I want to play a game. I don't just want an RPG, like, oh, I run and I scream, whatever. Like, if there are mechanics like collateral or panic or stress, like, I want to play that game. Yeah. So,
I mean, it's a 90-page PDF for $5.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to break that.
Yeah, that is amazing value. And if you like horror as much as we do, because I like me some horror.
Me too.
And on that topic, I think probably my favorite system, my current favorite system, is now on Humble Bundle.
Hey!
All right, so there is a Delta Green Humble bundle that is currently out.
Mm.
Now, I own a few of these books. I'm still gonna get the Humble bundle to complete my
I
collection
mean, it's for a
because
good cause.
it is. Oh yeah, there's a cause
Yeah.
involved. Yeah, there's a cause involved because that's what I was looking at.
John.
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, there is a cause.
You just
It is to support Covenant House, which I really should have done a bit more homework. But it is the nation's largest movement providing food, shelter, immediate crisis care, and ongoing services to homeless and trafficked young people. So yeah, fantastic, like 100% absolute great cause. But now look at the books. Look at the books. There's like it starts off. The first thing you get to is impossible landscapes. We have had Juicy Garland on this show, and we have nerded out about that book
man.
for 15 minutes straight while Justin wanted to die.
No. I remember that. I actually remember that. Guys, I was like, why was I not on the show yet?
No, but impossible. I'm just getting to the end of my read through of it before I start prepping it in earnest for my players. But it is so fucking good. But also Delta Green Conspiracy. That is more information about the Delta Green as a group. Agent's Handbook, the Handler's Guide, which is one of the best GM books I've ever encountered. It's just all the lore from Delta Green. God's Teeth is another one once I've finished Impossible
That looks
Landscapes.
horrifying.
Apparently it is. I haven't read it yet. Night at the Opera, which is a collection of scenarios which I'm currently pulling from. I'm also pulling from Black Sites as well for my players. But yeah, it's just so many good things, and for us it's £14. So I'm guessing close to $20, maybe a bit like $18.
We did this one time where we did a thingy. Hang on a minute. 14.
That was the Cypher one.
Oh, that's right. $2. Close. Yeah, $17.91.
Yeah, so yeah, it's not breaking the bank.
Yeah, not for that.
Couch
many
is
books, are you
going.
kidding me?
Couch has put the cause is filling John's PDF library. Fucking right it is.
I mean, that's okay. That's a good cause. Let's be honest. You know, we can't run out of games to play because then what are we going to do?
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's all about the games. And the cause, obviously.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good cause. Like, I don't care if you don't like the system or not. Like, that cause in itself is worth just supporting. Like,
yeah. And I know Couch loves Delta Green, as he is putting in the chat right now.
I think Couch is having a meltdown.
Couch is suffering in my games.
Oh no! What are you doing to him?
His character is not handling the unnatural very well.
Aw, I'm sorry, Couch. I'll GM a game and I'll torture John for you.
I'm sure you will. But yeah, it is honestly. If you like your horror, if you like cosmic horror, especially Delta Green, Humble Bundle, fantastic cause. Go for it.
Absolutely will.
All right. Okay. Have you got anything else for us?
I have one more, and I'm going to turn into a little kid for this. Little Wolves, A Realm of Folk and Fae. Okay. It looks amazing. They've already reached their goal. Go support them anyways. The artwork in this is so pretty. It's got that old school fantasy vibe to it. It's a role-playing game, but it's like werewolves in a enchanted forest, descendants of mortals, and they're trying to basically like come in tune with the magic of the forest. I love this. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. There are masks. You make masks. Okay. So like when you're in wolf form and when you're not in wolf form, and you can you decorate the mask according to like, as you get closer to the queen and the court, you get to put more stuff on your mask to change your appearance. Now, if you're not into crafts and colors and you're boring and you don't like stickers, there's an option to basically just have a character sheet where it's double sided. So one side is your non-wolf form and the other side is your wolf form.
Yeah.
So you can just do the basic character sheet thing. You can just have a little sign that you can flip back and forth. I'm going all out. No, I'm not a furry, before anyone asks. Not that we kink shame here, but like I love this. If like the further you go down, they're like, oh, here are all the ways you can implement the mask. You don't have to. It's very, very friendly to however you want to play the game. There's different courts. There's like a witch court, a pumpkin court, troll court, and mermaid court. Like, it's so fantastical. And the reason I'm going to turn a little kid is because this feels like going home to a little kid. Like, this feels like something you could play with your kids. This feels like something you can play with your friends just to have a good time. I love serious games. Every now and then, it's nice to just do a palate cleanser.
Yeah, definitely.
And I love this. Like, there's so many things. Also, like, the reward tiers are amazing. Like, all the stuff you can get is so cool. But the softcover book is gorgeous. Like, everything about this game is beautiful, and I want the stickers.
I think that is fantastic. I'll I do like something with a unique hook. And this is unique hook in spades.
And it's not going to be for everybody. Like, don't get me wrong. Not everybody wants to, like, implement a mask of when you're in shape and when you're not in shape. And that's fine. That's not your cup of tea. But for those of us it is, this looks amazing. Like, I would have so much fun with this. And the other part, too, is that I play a lot of Mutants and Masterminds. I play a lot of, there's a genre, and it's just bloop, gone. But
fair enough.
I've never played a supernatural game where it's werewolves or it's vampires. It's always like those things are in the games, but that's not the focus. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I want to play a game where I'm a I just almost like outed myself on the internet, where I play a wolf of some sort. My whole family refers to like dogs or wolves of any sort as Awoo-woos. Like Awoo-woo. Like, I want to be an Awoo-woo.
You can be an Awoo-woo.
I want to be an Awoo-woo. Who doesn't want to be?
That's an. Can I just say something? That's an episode title, right?
Yeah, I'm pumping out these.
I want to be an Awoo-woo.
I'm pumping out these titles, man. The fairy whoop whoop and the I want to be an Awoo-woo.
Fairy whoop whoop. There you go. There's a theme.
There is. Slap some magic on me, and I'm a happy camper. Like, it does not take much, if we are being honest.
Yeah, but that does look fantastic.
Couch. I'm interrupting. Please donate one PDF a month to PDFs for John to help a poor Spaniard realize his dream of owning all TTRPGs in PDF format. You wouldn't want your Spaniard to go without. Don't let ours.
Only you can help.
Only you can. In the arms of an angel playing in the background.
I'm editing the show. I'm gonna, I don't think I can get in the arms of an angel because
Copyright.
I can only do like 20 seconds. But it's
you can match the vibe.
No, it's Oh, Couch has just added T-shirts with a picture of a zip file on the front with PDFs for John.
Not a registered
chariot. Hey, when was it? A few weeks ago when I bought that bundle, which is like 500 PDFs.
Yeah. Where do you keep it all? Like,
I haven't actually downloaded it from itch.io yet.
Get on that.
It's on my account.
We were just discussing like the horrors of what happens if like your online clouds crash, and I'm like, because what if your hard drive crashes? What if your online cloud crashes? What if like all these things you're buying on streaming services, like what if those like decide to discontinue or whatever? Like
I have backups.
No, but what if your backups crash? I am that person. I have 5 fail-safe what ifs. I am in therapy for this reason. But
no, but I mean, I've got my iCloud, I've got my OneDrive, I've got my Google Drive, I've got my hard drive, I've got my external hard drive. I've got all my shit is in multiple places. I end up
sharing most of my stuff with like Connell just because it's like if mine crashes, he at least has a copy, and if his crashes, I at least have a copy. So.
Yeah, so I mean, the last one I bought was the Cypher System. That was like $20 to $30.
Yeah, I think that's what I bought too.
I might. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get this on, but this Delta Green one because that's just gonna add to my collection, and
Especially
I'm
since you're
gonna
already
use
playing
it to torture couch.
Okay, since we're on the topic of torturing players,
Yeah, my favorite topic, by the way.
what is like, what do you, as a player, not as a GM, what do you like dread when it pops up in game? You're like, ugh, like even if it's a good thing, like, oh, this is done so well, it's a good story, but I freaking hate it. Like, what is that thing for you?
Puzzles, probably.
Really, not a puzzle guy.
Puzzle, not a puzzle guy. Puzzles come up, and I just think, fuck. And because it's, I kind of start getting frustrated, but also even if I know the puzzle, I then have to figure out a way to justify it for my character in a way.
Yeah.
Because and it just gets to the point. It's like, can we just break this and move on, sort of thing.
Yeah, I get that. That's always stressful when you like. We talked about this a little bit. How as a player we know shit, and as a character, it's like, how do I connect this like to my character? Yeah, that can be frustrating.
Yeah. So how do you make that leap?
Yeah.
Of kind of going, oh well, I know what's going on, but does this character? And yeah, so puzzles for me are the ones like the bit that I kind of, I won't say lose interest because that's unfair, but I have to make a more conscious effort to kind of remain focused.
So, do you, as a GM, avoid putting puzzles in your games?
I don't put that many puzzles in.
Okay. I actually don't think
No.
I put a mental puzzle in ish.
No, honestly, I don't really. I mean, puzzles for me normally are on a grander scheme. So rather than a puzzle in a room, the puzzle is probably a murder mystery, or
that's how we run too.
Where everything you do builds towards a resolution. But doing the whole, you're in a room and there are 3, I don't know, fountains and all this. I struggle to find a right balance for that as a GM. Because I'm either going to make it too easy or I'm going to overcompensate and make it completely fucking impossible.
Yeah, I might have just killed my entire party now that I forgot about that. We switched systems and everything, and I threw them literally, like, we ended game as the screams of the, like, nomadic camp they were in erupted. And I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. And then I'm going, we haven't tested out these, like, these mechanics and system, like.
Oh, there's one way to test them.
I just hope I didn't just kill everybody.
If you do, new characters, and let's carry the story. Let's move the story on.
I don't know. I don't know if I could pick up the story after. Well, I could figure something out. There's always a way to figure something out. Yeah.
Right. So, shall we move on to the last call?
Yes, let's. What are we ranting about today? What am I rolling my?
We are going to rant. Roll your sleeves up, because we're going to bitch about the overly detailed backstory that never comes up again. There we go. Get that barbarian rage out.
I'm rolling my sleeves up. Here's the thing, like,
She's turning into a woo-woo.
I love detailed backgrounds as a GM and as a player. Love them. Like, the more into my character I get, the more I'm better at playing them. However, there is a line, and I don't even know where that line is, but it's there, and like, it's just people go over it, and you're going, stop, this has nothing to do with game. Like, what do you do? Like, aw.
I'm the opposite to you. Don't like backstories.
Really?
Not interested in backstories. Don't
what
write
is wrong with you?
Don't get me wrong. I'll write a backstory, but it will be very vague.
Really? So
it'll be very vague.
You wrote a little snippet for inmates, and I would have thought the complete opposite with how well that was written.
But that still is a very short window into what could be a massive backstory. That was a glimpse, as it were, and that glimpse didn't exist until I wrote it.
See,
So,
I can't play a character without a backstory. Like Halo, our last game, she made that joke about like, oh, this is ironic. They've already tried to burn me. Like that wouldn't have even been said if I hadn't thought of her backstory. Like it's one of those things where it's kind of like, now is that backstory going to come to light? Probably not. But like it still gives those little snippets into people's characters. My issue is when like we had a player. This is not an exact example because I don't want to be horrible in public, but I'll give a general idea. We had a player who would like, for no reason in the middle of the game, would go sit in the field of flowers and stare at a lily because his, girlfriend from his childhood liked lilies, and there was a windowsill one time. Stop! Like, what are you doing? Stop! Like,
yeah. I mean, for me, if you're in one of my games and you want to give me a backstory, broad strokes, because then with those broad strokes, I will find ways to connect.
Right.
And I'll pull you to one side and just kind of go, right, so this is happening here. Does this remind you, or could this have reminded you of something in your character's past? And they'll go, oh yeah. Then I'll go, right, give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that piece of information. I don't want anything else. I don't give a shit about anything. I want that piece of information that makes it relevant.
Yeah. The relevancy is important.
Because if
that's
not,
the point. Relevancy.
Yeah. Because if not, you get these people who could bring in these 3-page backstories, and they are constantly trying to shoehorn them in.
Oh, God.
To the campaign that you're... And it's like, oh, so, yes, because once I was at a orphanage, and in this orphanage there was a teacher that had this name. Do I recognize anybody? It's like, no, you fucking don't. Let's move on.
That's so painful. That's so painful.
It's like, don't try and shoehorn your own thing into a story.
Exactly.
Collaboration is key, not...
Literally what Inadequate Dragon just said. Dragon? Dungeon. Inadequate Dungeon.
Inadequate Dragon. Poor Dragon sat there going, no.
Oh, Paul. I like watching them blossom in games, so they're tied into what's going on. Exactly. Relevancy. Like, I want the backstory to come up in game. I don't have like a 5-story backstory written for Halo. I literally told Connell, I was like, I think she was raised like this. She ended up making this decision, which led to this path. That's why she's where she's at. Like you said, broad strokes. The details of that will come out in game. Like, and sometimes I surprise Connell. I'll be like, oh hey, like in character, I'll say something, and he goes, oh okay.
I mean, it's like let's take Liberator for example.
Asshole.
Liberator. He's a hero.
Bullshit.
Stop it.
And I'm a flying Pegasus.
So Liberator came from a concept. Connell gave me a suggestion. I then went, I've got an idea of how to kind of turn that on its head. And that's where it came from. That the whole concept of him that came from that. And going back and forth, it was a case of, it wasn't a case of, right, so this happened and then this happened. It was a case of something happened.
Okay.
That's it. That's where we left it. And that's as much as I know right now.
Interesting. I like that.
I know something happened that led him to where he is. But what that is, exactly, I've got ideas. I've not written anything down.
It's funny you should say that, because I'm kind of the same situation with Halo. Like
broad strokes.
Yeah, broad strokes. Yeah, I'm with you there. Like I don't need a book about your character. Although I have a really hard time not writing out my stories that I'm in. Like I have gotten to the point that I'm like Inmates, for example. I would totally write that. I'd write it as a book. Like why not?
Yeah.
Even the current game I was saying about with my construct, I've thought about writing the game notes as chapters from her point of view. But
it's not a bad idea.
It'd be fun. But the point is, don't rewrite a book before you even get to play the game, because how your player is on paper or how your character is on paper seems to can change once you're playing the game. Hi, Desi. Sorry, Desi just popped in late.
Hey, Desi.
She's one of my girls.
It's better late than never.
Exactly.
Better late than never. Thank you very much for joining us.
So yeah, don't write a book. Don't write a book. Implement it like Dungeon said. Implement it. But
Yeah. Yeah, have a brief idea, Okay, so I grew up happy family, something bad happened. From then on, we went, etc., etc. And I did that with a character in my Rune Lords game. He basically went, I want my character to be from this town. Something happened. I went on the run. Something else happened, and that's how I ended up here. So then I started working with him and working behind his back to kind of flesh that story out. But it was a case of, right,
and I think
this is what we've got planned.
yes.
And
I think sometimes you can have a fully fleshed out character planned and like you're good to go. And then other times I think it's fun to play the game and see how the game forms your character.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Couch has just put Edgar in the chat. That's my Fabula Ultima character. Edgar was based off an NPC, and I've kind of gone, okay, I've taken it, I've got ideas, but the conversations I've had with Couch haven't been, okay, so then this happened, and then this happened. It was a case of, no, something happened. This is how it affected him. And that's kind of how it fueled his motivations.
I'm really glad you and I make characters the same way.
Yeah.
At least similarly, I should say. Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's the character motivation which drives me, as opposed to what happened. I've got time to come up with the backstory. I'm sure Couch, if any point Edgar's past will become relevant, he'll say, write me something.
Exactly.
And I will.
Yeah. And that's how I'm playing Halo right now, is very much so like I know why, but not the what. And for me, like even when I'm playing in a game, that's important to me, because like if I'm solving a murder mystery, I want to know the why. Like we know he's dead. I want to know why. I want to know like, oh well, so and so, like the ship thing that I just explained. Okay, so apparently like this means that our records are wrong or someone was hiding this, whatever. But my brain is going, but why?
Yeah.
Why? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that the motivation adds a certain level of tangibility into a character. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong, you can have your character, you can have your tragic backstory and whatever, but that doesn't necessarily inform a motivation.
I have actually gotten to a point, I play a game with myself when I'm making a character, where I have the why, I have the general idea, but I like to finalize it into a word. Like, if I can, like, why are they doing what they're doing? If I can finalize it into one word, like, it's kind of, I've turned that into a game. Like, Halo, for example, without, this won't ruin anything, but, like, survival. Everything she's doing is out of survival. Like, since before, like, everything. So, that gives me that motivation that, like, okay, like when you took note of something she did last session. It's like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Liberator's observant. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He'll take note.
Coming after him.
Bring it.
I don't know who'd win that fight.
I don't know. I don't think it's something that we'll find out.
I don't think so.
But
that's definitely going to be like,
it would be
if
interesting.
It's a TV show, that's what people are thinking in the back of their heads is like, wait, who would win that? Like, because the obvious answer,
it'd be interesting.
Like everyone would be like, oh, Liberator's super strong, but then there's that like, but
but there's a reason Liberator kind of fears her.
Yeah, I'm watching you.
Maybe the truth will be revealed. Or maybe your character will die horribly. Who knows?
I mean, yeah.
Maybe he will just not get there in time to save you. He will try.
I don't think I'm ever going to need... Oh, you did interpose that one time.
Yeah. Nope. But anyway, so I do believe that's pretty much all we've got time for tonight. Just a big thank you to everyone in the chat who's decided to join us. It was, as always, thanks for all your support. Also want to thank our collaborators and, thank you. Thank you for joining me this evening.
I mean, come on. What else would I do?
Would you like to tell people whereabouts on the interwebs they can find you?
Yes, right now I am on Threads, TikTok, and Instagram as Atlas Ursa. Atlas like the Titan, Ursa like the bear. Not Awoo-woo, but the bear.
As for me, you can find me at Natural Juan at dice.camp on Mastodon. I'm also most active on threads at natural.juan. I'm also behind all of our social media presence at Too Legit to Crit on most of the sites. So if that account says something that pisses you off, it's me. And I was probably laughing when I did it. But if you like what we do and you want to support us, you know, head to our merch store, pick up some merch, like us on YouTube, subscribe, tell your friends about us, anything you can do. We appreciate everything, all the support that you guys give us. If you've got any questions, feel free to contact us on any of the social medias or at questions at
And they don't have to be serious questions either.
No, fuck that. We don't do serious.
You can ask us questions like, why do I have the same painting 5 times on the wall? You know, whatever.
Yeah, that is a weird one. But anyway. But most importantly of all, thank you to everyone who's decided to spend some of their valuable time with two idiots who waffle on about tabletop role-playing games. Thank you very much, and good night.